What's up, guys? Michael here, ChiCityYaker. Appreciate you for joining me on this fishing news video on the heels of the big walleye scandal that just went down. We've talked about it on the channel. The videos are up for you to check out. This is just beyond egregious. This is just an extreme abuse. I'm kind of actually just speechless. Colorado fishermen were cited for poaching 460 pounds of salmon in northern Michigan. We're going to dive into the story here to kind of get you caught up on what just happened. And let me preface this by saying that I've been out to the Pacific Northwest. I've fished it, and it'll be something that I'll never forget. The beautiful landscape. I saw bears on the mountainsides. You're fishing in these big rivers. It just beautiful from the scenery. However, the fishing itself for salmon is extremely challenging and difficult in a lot of ways, and combat fishing at a next level. And the reason it's like that is because the DNR is trying to, maintain those fish populations, increase those numbers year over year, and they just highly regulate the fishing seasons and all of that goes into it, to the point where at any given time, and it's quite often that they do this, they'll just on a whim shut down the fishing season, and all of a sudden recreational and charter boats can't fish for salmon. Of course, you can go out and fish for other species, but when it comes to salmon, like coho and your kings, so on and so forth, they'll shut them down on a whim. In fact, that just happened this fall when the season opened up in middle August, I believe, sometime. And I believe by the beginning of September, they had shut it down. It was just a few weeks, a brief period where folks were able to get out and catch these kings. And then they said, nope, you're done. The season's closed. And that's how they have to fish out there. So why do I mention that? Well, it seems like anglers in that tough fishing situation decided to come over to the Midwest, where we're fortunate and can be kind of spoiled with having a plentiful, bountiful fish population, because we're a put and take fishery on Lake Michigan and most of the Great Lakes, I believe. So it seems like they came over to take advantage of this, to just come in and get as much fish as they could and go back home. So let's dive into the story, all right? Looks like the state DNR officers were on the Manistee River on a fish patrol near the Tippy Dam when one angler notified them about a group that was downriver that were using illegal methods and equipment to take fish. Of course, DNR doing what they are supposed to do in the situation, go on to investigate it. And as they set themselves up, by the way, a big kudos to those DNR officers, and just DNR officers in general. They are like ninjas. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, guys, but I've been out in the water and I'm looking around. I'm pretty observant around my surroundings. I come from a Marine Corps background. We're taught security, keep your head on swivel, and I'm pretty good about just watching my surroundings, what's going on. And I can't tell you how many times out of nowhere a DNR officer pops out. They're good at what they do, and when they're watching you, they're watching you. So that being said, these officers set themselves up, and boom, 2 DNR officers then observed and confirmed that initial report that was given to them. So then DNR officers go ahead and approach these fishermen and found out they did not have valid fishing licenses. They were using illegal tackle and had 17 salmon taken by illegal methods. I'm sure those were the fish that they sat there and just observed to gather evidence of this illegal poaching here. And my best guess on using illegal tackle, they probably had snag hooks. Is more than likely what I'm guessing is what they were doing. They're in the river snagging these fish. They're pretty exposed, especially if the water levels are down or if it's just a real shallow area. I'm not familiar exactly with where this is happening at, but if the water's low enough, it's easy pickings, right? You just pitch it out, snag them, and you can just sit there and pluck them out all day. So now once they're busted, they decide to do the right thing then and there, because they just admittedly said that they took other fish. It's weird. You go in to do something illegal, you get caught, and then all of a sudden you want to confess all your sins to just stack up the... Okay, so DNR then finds 40 to 50 more salmon at their vehicles. And of course, some of these fish have been filleted. When it was all said and done, they tabulated everything and got a total of 463 pounds worth of salmon. And this statement here from a DNR official says, and I quote, "It's a shame that this group invested so much time and money to travel all the way to Michigan, only to illegally take these salmon, a valuable public natural resource. It's so true. That's a lot of money they put in to come over, travel, bring all the stuff over here, do everything. It continues on to say, we are grateful for the angler who approached the 2 DNR officers, which allowed them to recover the fish with enough time to safely donate to local families in need. That's a great thing. Don't let it go to waste. I'm a big, advocate for that. Even though these fish are going to pass on and all that, make something of it, turn that bad situation into something that can benefit others in need that don't have an opportunity to have salmon. It is a luxury thing for a lot of people and a lot of families. So job well done to the DNR officers out there for doing that. It finally closes out by saying that had these men from Colorado been properly licensed and used legal gear, they could have taken 30 fish legally. So more than enough. 2 or 3 big kings, my God, the meat will last you quite a while. And sure, if you wanted to freeze some for over the winter, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know about you guys. I mean, maybe some people eat it every day. I'm not an everyday salmon guy. Once or twice a week, if that's maybe a little bit, once or twice every 2 weeks. I don't know, but that's a lot of meat. And it's a shame that people got that greedy. There it is. Another crazy fishing news story to share with you guys. Let me know if you enjoy these, because I think it's something unique to kind of get a different perspective and see the other side of the fishing industry, and not just the fishing industry, but just the other side of fishing, So leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this story. Again, kudos to the DNR over in Michigan for how they caught them, bagged them, and tagged them. Good job, boys. Thanks for watching. Later, y'all.